All right, Chicago. Today we have 3 people in the studio that we want to introduce you to. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, we don't like the situation, but I am honored to be in this room with these parents and aunt, correct?
Cousin,
all right? Mm-hmm. So we're talking about the 15-year-old teenager that was shot on last week. Can I say her name? Hadiya. So what does that name stand for?
A gift from God.
Wow.
A gift from God.
A gift from God. And you are the mom, Cleopatra.
I am.
And you're the dad.
Yes.
Say your name?
Nate Pendleton.
And the cuz?
I am Shatira Wilkes.
I see you, cuz. Cuz came in here looking all beautified this early.
Thank you.
You better have yourself together this early in the morning. All right, so I want to know what kind of daughter she was. I want to know her.
Okay, well, like seriously, she was problem free. She's made me laugh all the time. She's that type of kid. Like, she cared. It mattered what, how she represented herself, what type of example she set for her brother. Friends and family were everything. Those people that she held dear, she really held them. So if she saw someone going through, she would try to assist.
Okay.
So.
As a father, how would you describe her?
She was the greatest daughter in the world.
Yep.
You know, when I looked at the pictures and I saw the video, I was like, this was a true teenager.
Yeah. Yes.
This is a true teenager, like enjoying being a teenager.
Seriously, Pastor Hannah, she was a kid. And I used to talk to her about being a kid and being a lady, a young lady, you know, taking your time because you have the rest of your life to be an adult. And she hurt me. You know, she was really a kid.
She was a kid.
She didn't sass me.
I mean, you see like little girls that try to be adults. This was not the one.
No, this is not the one.
I've always told her, you got 18 years to be a kid. You got the rest of your life to be an adult.
Exactly. And
be the kid.
Let's give you like an example of her.
Give me an example.
Okay, I got like a few, but like, you know, the day, she was being edgy. So this morning, that morning she walks in, she knocks on, I'm like, come in. She's like, wait for it. I'm like, what? She's like, wait for it. And I'm like, what are you doing? So she's like walking in the room and turns to go to my bathroom where she steals my makeup. And as she turned to go to the bathroom, I saw these little rips in the back. And of course, as a parent, I was like, what did you do? But when I looked, she cut her pants like by her knee in the back. Like, you know, most kids, you know, you're trying to do something, you kind of bring it up a little high. That was her being edgy. So, you know, I literally giggled to myself. Like, really, girl? So, you know, it's just, you know, she was just that kid.
What advice would you give to a parent right now that that's raising a teenager? Because it's such an important task.
It's not even about a teenager. My relationship and our relationship with our daughter didn't start when she became a teenager. It didn't start after her death.
Yeah.
We were in her life from the beginning. I nurtured her in my womb. I didn't have negativity around her. I wouldn't allow it. And when she got here, I protected her as best I could. I made those every step we took, it was strategic. And I even had her as a thinker, which is why I knew that if she had done anything bad, it would have been because she chose to, not because she had been negatively influenced, because it was all about making choices ahead of time. You know, so I think it's just very important for parents to take seriously the responsibility to be a parent. You're not going to like every decision your child makes, and you should be prepared in advance for that. But you should be a judge-free zone, and that's what I told my daughter. I said, whatever it is, you come to me and you talk to me about it because I love you.
This is awesome.
Love you.
I've always told her we're your last line of defense.
Exactly.
Don't
first and last.
Everything you're saying is true.
So let me ask you this, because I read an article and it said something to the extent that you guys were contemplating leaving the city area, possibly moving to a suburban area to try to get in a safer or better educational environment. Was that true?
Well, you know what? It is factual. It is factual. I had actually been looking to different areas just to see what the school systems may be associated with them. My daughter, she loved Latin. You know, she's very fluent in Latin. And after this school year, Latin was no longer going to be available. And she was distraught because, you know, she had a test and they have this thing where they throw out 40 words you're not supposed to know. And she used Latin. She used Latin to identify 38 out of 40 words.
Wow.
On the test. And she said, Mom, I see, where it fits, So she would talk to me about it. She would have conversations, and the crowd that she associated with took Latin. They would speak to one another in other classes.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the language.
We've always told her it's cool to be a nerd.
Yeah. She was just,
Let me tell you
but she
something.
wasn't a nerd, though. That's the,
I know.
She had vibes. She had vibes.
Yeah.
She was great. Yeah.
Can you tell us about her experience in the inauguration? Can you tell us how excited she was?
She was
to go to Washington.
Very excited.
I know she was.
She sent me pictures back. She bought me a cup. Wow! And when I spoke with her, she said, "Dad, I don't like spending my money." Teenager.
But she did it for you.
Yes, she did.
Oh.
Yes, she did. Yeah, but she was excited. That trip was eye opening.
Wow.
And she said, once she got back and we discussed everything, she was like, "It's so clean. They clean up these people like this. I think maybe I might want to go into politics."
Wow.
I'm sure she's just being a smarty pants, but
Right. All right. So I want to talk about this because there is a reward out for the person who did this.
Yes.
Who committed this crime.
Yes.
And it is now up to $40,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Let me say this. I don't know how I made it here,
Right.
let alone how any money came about. Like, I was just a woman that lost her kid.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got up off the floor and the world knew her.
And the world, when I say the world, this thing is on national news.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, God, what the devil intended for evil, I need you to be glorified. So if you're going to use their pain and give them the platform to minister, then give them the strength to do it.
This is beyond us, and it was meant that we made sure she got out there. We don't want people to forget about her beyond Saturday.
Right.
We do know that that's the date of her funeral, so we wanted to ensure that her name continued and that she changed the world as she wanted to do. She always said, "Oh, I want to make a difference in the world," and at this point, she is making a difference in the world because beyond her lip gloss, which she loved, she
got that after her mother.
She was just a girl looking. She was really a girl looking to just explore the world.
Yeah, she
Because the president and Michelle released a statement as well.
Everybody.
Yes.
It's all over.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
And that's the thing
they released a statement.
Really? Wow.
that's blown me.
Yes.
I'm like, this has
on the
become
news,
national attention.
Yes, we wanted it
The
to be
president released a statement about your daughter.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
But you know what? This is so Hadiya. Can I say that?
She's so loving
my
this spiritual
daughter,
world.
yes, she's done some amazing things since she's been gone.
right.
I promise you, she's spoken to people that weren't spiritual. She sent messages for me,
And she's made parents step to the plate.
She has.
She has.
And she's bringing guilt to the perpetrator's family. And that is one of the things that I wanted to say, as a relative, how dare you as a relative to the perpetrator, whether you're the mom, the cousin, the friend, you know who this person is, you have to turn them in. What kind of person does that say you are?
Right.
How do you give this person shelter and food and water and ensure that they have privilege of any sort while our family has none? That is the only request that we're asking, to please play a role in solving this, at least for Cleo and Anthony.
And that's something that I want to say. We know that the Bible said that the prayers of the righteous availeth much. And I want you to know there are so many people praying that this person will be turned in. We want you all to have closure. And not only that, we want this person off the street. And
It needs to be off the street.
it's going to happen. It is going to happen.
Because
It's going to happen.
reward is a bounty now.
But what is going to be amazing for you all is that how God is going to use your pain to minister to so many people. It'll blow your mind even right now how many people are praying for you. So what we're going to do, we're going to open up our lines. There are some parents that have gone down this road already.
Yes.
Some of you all that are listening right now, 312-591-3878. If you've been here, if you've had to deal with this situation before, if you want to speak a kind word of encouragement to these parents or to this family member, 312-591-3878. But if I don't know anything else, I know that you all have a band of people that have gotten around you to cover you in prayer.
Thank you.
Because this is a parent's worst nightmare to have to go through this. But 312-591-3878. We'll open up our lines to you to give you the opportunity to speak life to this family. 1390.
Join the Museum of Science and Industry this February in celebrating Black History Month